It's your boy Who Man. I'm about to interview Nimbus.
Hello?
Nimbus. Yo, what's good, son?
What's up?
Um, this is Who Man. you might know me on Instagram as Who Man. You know, it's like really weird because I used to live in like Oakland Mills area.
Really?
Yeah, really like it's really weird. This is basically what I'm doing is something called I just made it up. It's called support gallery or hashtag
Okay.
support gallery. Basically, it's a platform, to stage the voices, the unheard voices of the world. Like, it's no limits on talent that can be put on a pedestal for exposure.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like a support base, a support platform. And I was going to kind of like, we'll have to talk after this interview, but I'm actually recording this right now.
Okay, that's cool.
You get what I'm coming from? So it's going to be aired
Yeah.
on several like networking websites. So it's like for your exposure, you feel me?
That's cool, that's cool.
Um so I guess I'm gonna start off with what is your name, bro? And what is it that you do?
Like, are you talking about my rapper name or my actual name?
Whatever you want the people to know.
Alright, well, I mean, my actual name's Kenny Wash. As you know, as you probably know now, I go to Oakland Mills High School. Um, my rapper name is Nimbus, and for the longest time when I was first starting out, I couldn't like find a name. Like I was first K the Great, K the Creator. Like I was just like, no, all these superlatives. I don't like it. And then I was watching Dragon Ball Z. I was like, yeah, I'm gonna call myself Nimbus.
Yeah, that was
And
cool.
I changed up the spelling a little bit. And it's common for people to say K Nimbus. Like they used to really like make me a little angry, but I mean now I'm used to it. I just correct them when I can. But you know,
Yeah, it's something that kind
yeah.
of stuck with you. Like, yeah, it's kind of cool. Like, what I think of when I hear see the spelling K Nimbus or Nimbus is like the beginning of like knowledge. You feel me?
Mm,
You
I never
get.
looked at it like that, to be honest.
I'm real big on wordplay. like, so like I take I'm like this dyslexic mad scientist with words. So it's like um yeah, but for the people that don't know, where is Oakland Mills?
Oakland Mills is in Columbia, Maryland.
Columbia,
Um,
Maryland.
Howard County.
Is that where you were born and raised, or?
Yeah, I was raised in Howard County, used to live in Borough. Then then my parents moved to Columbia and stayed there.
Yeah, that's cool. Um, is there anybody that you wanna shout out in Oakland Mills right now, or I don't know.
Yeah. Shout out my man ISO Superb, aka Key and Kelly Chung, uh, Al Maryland, that's Alex. They're both coming out with mixtapes. It's gonna be fire, honestly. Like these guys actually influenced me into getting to rapping and all that type of stuff.
Yeah, so
So
this happened recently. This happened recently for you. You just got into music that you were telling me like what, like 2 years ago?
yeah, 2 years ago, man. Like I've always been around music, but I started like buying equipment sophomore year. Cause that's when I really started to take it seriously.
Yeah. So that's what I was going to ask you too. It kind of led into my next question. What got you started?
Uh, growing up as a kid, uh, my dad always played music. Like, not really hip hop. He wasn't really big on the whole rapping and cussing thing. But he always played like Prince and like different pop, like Gwen Stefani, all those types of stuff.
Right.
Um, Hanging around my grandpa a lot. He played a lot of those like old songs, like those vinyl songs,
Yeah, so you're
stuff
into
that
that
you can't
old
get
school.
on CDs.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, and that really made me started to like different instruments like the violins and the trumpet
Have you ever
and
played any instruments or?
yeah, in fourth grade I started playing the drums. Kind of stopped when I started making beats and all.
Yeah, yeah. Do you're not around any like drum sets at the moment? Because I know sometimes it might be you might catch yourself, producing beats and like, yo, I wish I had a drum set right now, or it's like way
uh,
easier.
oh, go ahead.
No, I was just saying, like, do you find it easier to produce on the computer, or do you like
On the com-
drums
on
better?
the com- I do not like drums better actually. On the computer.
Yeah. What program do you
Yeah.
use?
I started out with FL Studio, like
Right.
a lot of people do. I got tired of that,
Yeah.
and I went to Reason. I like Reason, but the fact that I couldn't use different plugins, outside plugins, was like, okay, this isn't really going to take me far. So
Right.
then I came across Ableton, and that just blew my mind. And I'm actually making beats right now.
Right. So how
Yeah,
long have you been on that program? Like,
it's actually been I think a year and some change, maybe a
cool,
year and a month.
cool. So that just stuck best with you. So whoever's an aspiring producer, then there you got it. Ableton Live. Um, what are some of your influences? Like some of your favorite artists
Uh,
that kind of like sculpted you to become the artist, if any. That
well, I feel like I got two sides to me. Um, a lot of people who actually know me, like as Kenny, they know I'm like really like suburban. I'm not that thuggy, kind of kid. I don't trap hard or nothing. Like
yeah,
it was always about like the fashion and like the music. That's pretty much all that matters.
right,
But I also have another side to me. Um, a lot of people don't know that like a lot of my family members were somewhat gang affiliated, and they gang bang and all that type of stuff. Like they they did some stuff, and I heard some of the stories, and I've actually witnessed some of those moments, and it brings a whole new background to Nimbus and that type of stuff.
you're right.
Um, yeah, I kind of ventured off. What was the question again?
Kind of like your influences
Oh,
or favorite artists that might have sculpted you. I mean, that kind of what I'm saying, plays into it. But if you can elaborate,
yeah, like I like Childish Gambino. A lot of people say I sound like Gambino, which is cool and all, but I'm trying to develop my own sound.
right?
And he played a big part. I like his wordplay and all that type of stuff. Like, it's just his sound is just amazing to me. Kendrick Lamar. I mean,
Yeah,
of course, everybody's gonna say that, but like when you like really like sit back, he's very poetic
yeah,
with his words, and like he takes where he came from and he like puts that in his song, and you can feel it. Like,
yeah. You can
and
see it.
it is just yeah, like you can see it, you can feel it, all that type of stuff. Who else? I actually listen to all the TDE, like Q,
Yeah,
Isaiah Rashad,
Isaiah Rashad. Have you
SZA.
have you heard of Mick Jenkins?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
His new album, Waters.
the Waters.
Yeah, the Waters. Yeah, I be bumping PHC. That song is like
Yeah,
fire.
THC. THC. Have you heard Joey Badass's new album?
Yeah, I didn't know. Like I had it on my phone. I just haven't like sat down and really listened to it.
Right.
I mean, I do like Joey, but I don't know. I don't know. I gotta listen to him more.
As far as production, who is yeah, well, as far as production, who's your influences?
First it was J Dilla with the sampling.
Right.
Um, but I realized when you like want to make beats and actually copyright them, you shouldn't really sample a lot because it's a whole lot of money.
Yes. Yes.
So I probably go with Drake's producer. I keep on forgetting how to say it. It's like
uh,
Boyo, something like that.
doesn't he call himself like I don't know, I forget. I just watched a Nardwar interview the other day with Drake and his producer. But yeah, I know who you're talking about.
Yeah, he's a sick producer. He's a freaking beast.
Yeah. What about MF Doom? MF Doom's a big sampler too, but he has a way
Oh
of
yeah,
yeah. Fly low.
yeah. Fly Low, all the brain feeder. Um, I'm in love with Pokemon, so like, even though her beats are like really feminine, I kind of like listening to those beats
Like
and kind of
euphoric.
really chill. Yeah.
Yeah. What's your favorite song or your favorite instrumental that you've made that resonates with you the most?
Out of like my archives, or
Yeah, out of all of your work.
uh, I'd probably say honestly the first song I ever made, the Above Ground Level. Um, that whole mixtape was just amazing
Yeah.
to
Yeah.
me. Like voicemails, the first song intro, and then in parentheses it says Above Ground Level. I didn't really have a title for it.
What which one out of those three are your favorite? Like the most, and what does it mean? Like what is the song saying?
Probably voicemails. Other than the beat going hard, voicemails spoke a lot to me. Um, if you listen to the song, the song starts out with a bunch of voicemails from that I have on my phone from my parents trying to get in contact with me, my sister trying to get in contact with me because when I was making this EP, I was going through a lot of stuff, like a lot of family stuff. I'd rather not get into,
Right,
but
right,
yeah, it had a toll on me, and like music was my only outlet, so I had to incorporate what I was going through in my music in order to get that like feeling that like help people feel how I felt.
right, right.
Yeah, and I
Yeah,
feel like in that song, my message was very like vivid, and people understood it.
right. I mean, I was listening to it when you called me, like honestly, like I feel exactly what you just said. How it paints the picture. I've seen the picture, and it kind of hits home. You did a good job on that one, bro.
Thank you very much.
Um, what do you think your music says to the people?
Uh, I mean, in general,
Yeah,
where I'm from, like a lot of people do a lot of trap music, so it all sounds the same to me. Um, but I don't know. I feel like I have a new type of sound, more chilled. I guess it's more feminine based songs, like more feminine based songs than like party bangers, head bangers, and all that stuff. Like it's more chill. Like I'm a chill person. Like the music I make reflects me.
right,
To be honest, yeah.
right. Your environment reflects it all mirrors itself. But yeah, like, I was asking because it's like, people like when they listen, they're not really like listening to music nowadays because
Yeah,
if they, what I'm saying, comprehended what was going on in the songs, I don't see how they could, and if so, if they do, how can they, uh be at ease with themselves, like promoting that, so um with that being said, what do you think your music says to you?
it was to me that like I don't know. I don't. I'm not good at a lot of things, in all honesty. But like music, expressing how I feel through music, it's just it comes so easy to me. Finding concepts to talk about. it it comes easy to me, and I feel like the sounds that like I hear inside my head, like not really crazy, but like the music that I hear inside my head, I try to like let people see that, like paint that picture for them, so they can see what I see, because that's the hardest part for an artist to do,
Right.
in my opinion, is to like paint the picture so you guys see the same thing.
So listening to your like, how do you listen to your old music or not? Because I know a lot of artists don't.
But I bought my old stuff, so
And how do you think it affects you?
it actually inspires me. Like you did that, and you're going in the right direction. You're not going backwards. So like keep improving, keep perfecting your craft, and like you can really do this. Like excel and whatnot.
All right. All right. Um, how do you usually get into the mood to write music? Like, what puts you at total serenity, or what mood is it that your music thrives from?
Uh, music, it comes from like how I feel. To be honest, like most of the time, if I'm making the beat, then it already sets the mood. Like on Still Dreaming, I made the beat Loyalty. That was like a get hype beat, like you're flexing your muscles kind of, talking
Right.
about how good you are. And on the other hand, I got songs like Voicemail, Teardrops, Misconception. Oh yeah, that was a good one, but I kind of got that from Flying Lotus.
Yeah, yeah, I heard
I
that
just,
too.
I just, yeah, I just feel over it. But it gives me that feeling, and like I talk about how I feel.
Do you like? I know, like, some people sit outside and write. Like, is that one of the things that you do, or do you have to be alone, or do you need an environment or people around you to give you ideas, or?
Nah, I don't like really being around people when I'm like starting to like when I'm first starting to write. Maybe when I'm like finished and I'm like reciting it. But I usually start writing when I wake up, like as soon as I wake up,
Yeah.
because I feel like that's when I'm the most like I'm still stuck in between like me being half asleep and dreaming
So
and
you're
being
like,
awake.
it's
Like
like you're
it's the
writing
best
down a
way to like
dream.
yeah, like
Yeah,
it's
that's
the
kind of
best way
cool.
to think in my opinion. It's like a natural high.
Yeah, that is cool. Do you smoke at all?
I I used to. I'm playing lacrosse right now, so I really can't.
That's cool. That's cool. And this is your you graduate this year.
Yeah,
It is cool. It seems like you're real, like, you have initiative. You got drive to take, what I'm saying, to do whatever it is. Nothing's left unfinished, and you could tell that. You could see the work ethic is, I've checked you out, your videos, and dude, using karate, right?
I
Taekwondo, or?
wasn't. I was in taekwondo.
You was, yes. I peeped the videos. This dude's a pretty good dude. The suburban thing. I like the whole image because it's like my father always told me, like, yo, you don't have to try to be cool. It comes natural.
Right.
Yeah, and a lot of dudes get misconstrued with that, trying to be in. Like, you look
In
like
the
you have
clip,
a
yeah.
pretty good, like, not necessarily a fan base, but a social, you got a nice little social range of people that that
Thank you.
support you without the extras.
Mm-hmm.
So you working on any futures, I mean, any projects that's coming in the near future?
Uh, I'm working on my album. It's coming out next spring or summer. I'm not really sure the actual release date. It's called Picture Perfect. Um, It's gonna be my first album, independent album I'm gonna do.
Is
Like
it
I'm still gonna have features and whatnot,
yeah?
but
It's an album or it's an EP or mixtape?
it's an album. I'm shooting for 15 songs.
Right, right, right. And is this
Yeah,
all gonna be produced by you, or are you gonna get?
I'm trying to produce like 99% of it because I'm trying to copyright all my songs.
Yeah, that's gonna be good, bro. That's gonna be something to listen to.
Yeah, and getting in touch with some people because I'm trying to do like a couple jazz songs with like live bands. I feel like that would be pretty cool.
Yeah. Do you know
Yeah.
anybody that plays instruments right now that could like help you out with that, or that listen to your music and wouldn't mind helping you out with that?
I was talking to like I met this guy through a friend of mine. He goes to Glenelg. I think his name is like Dalton or something like that. He uh he has a band and he said he does jazz. So I'm gonna follow up with that and talk to him about laying down some jazz songs and whatnot. And use his singing ability because I can't sing to be honest.
Right.
I wish I could, but I
What
just can't.
about Champ Fisherman?
Oh yeah, Champ Fisher, man. He is so talented, but like I don't know.
What is he
He's
like, an
focusing
R
on
and B
school and
artist?
whatnot, and I can't get mad at him for that.
You said what now?
He's talented. He's a good singer in my opinion, but he's focusing on art and all that type of stuff. Like he might feature on another thing. I don't know.
Right, right, right. That's real cool. Um, but yeah, most definitely you gotta stay in contact with that guy. You know, that you said, I forget his name. You said he does jazz. Yeah, that would be
Mm-hmm.
kind of cool. But the hardest part for like garage bands is having a spot to record. You feel me? Because it's not the same type of setup as you would just go in there with the mic and the chair or the computer
Yeah,
chair.
yeah, yeah.
It's not the same thing, bro. So like yeah, that would be a beautiful thing. I would be looking forward to hearing that actually, because you got some clean lyrics and is very upfront. You know, you're not really beating around the bush um with that. But are there any artists that you would love to work with?
Oh, most definitely.
Go ahead, bro. The floor is yours. Just name them all.
Logic. Uh, cause like Logic comes from this area,
Yeah,
so like
he comes from Oakland Mills area.
no. He's from Montgomery County,
Oh,
which really
Maryland.
isn't far from Howard. It's not far from Howard County at all.
And
Um,
he's like a web based like artist, right?
like he got signed and everything. Like this man is doing it.
Yeah, yeah. I checked him out. And who else would you like to work with?
Um, anybody from Top Dog Entertainment, Chance the Rapper, Gambino. Hold on, let me scroll down my phone real quick.
All right. Yeah. Um.
I don't know
Cause
if you heard of Selection, but they've been kind of like raising eyebrows. They're from Chicago, I believe.
nah, I
They're
never heard of
more like
them.
a produced based uh, record label, but they still make some good stuff.
Oh, really?
Um, ASAP Rocky,
ASAP.
Big Sean.
Pretty sure. What about
Oh
Bishop
yeah, and Drake.
Nuru? What about Bishop Nuru?
Who's that? I mean, I don't know who that is.
All
I
right,
don't know who
Bishop
that is.
Nuru is MF Doom's artist that he just signed not too long ago.
I'm not his.
Yeah, you should check him out. That's who you kind of remind me of with the whole like clean cut type thing. Like he's a real honest dude and he makes good music. You should check him out. Um,
Who?
yeah. The reason why I asked who you would work with because like it's kind of weird how these artists hear these things like especially like Logic Nard. Did you see the Nardwar interview with Logic?
I beg your pardon?
I said, have you seen the Nardwar interview with Logic?
I have not.
Bro, it's like Logic had made a comment on Nardwar's interviews. One of his interviews was like, "Yo, one of these days you're going to interview me," and then he brought that up in the interview. It's just it's like a miracle happened. I mean, they kind of like that stuff too, because it's like you kind of like supporting them, I guess, in a sense, because they didn't ask us to do this right here, you know.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's all support based. Like I said, hashtag support gallery, where we use the resources provided to stage the voices of the world. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna cut this recording off so we could talk about other stuff.
Hey, it's Mom. I haven't heard from you. I'm wondering if you're still at school or on your way home. Give me a call. Bye. Hey, Kate, it's Mom. Hadn't heard anything from you, so just wanted to check. Make sure you're okay. Bye.
Hey, KJ, it's me, Court. Call Mom when you can. She's really worried about you. She's wondering where you are.
My inbox is filled with voicemails, reminders, my phone on airplane mode. I've gone somewhere higher, somewhere I'm needed, and no longer the outsider. A key component to existence, I became the provider. In my own imagination, where I'm the ruler of creation. Not in the form of a God, but it's some form of relation. Fantasy versus reality, I don't know which one's the truth. My spirit was always vivid ever since my youth. Is it bad that my role model's fictional being, or the one I relate to? It's not alive nor breathing, but instead inside my own head I think the word is conscience. My conception is limitless to infinity and beyond it. I'm above ground level, and I'm floating on a Nimbus. I'm a manifested angel, this time I came back wingless. It don't matter though, my downfalls never stopped me. It never stopped these hoes when the bitch went full Monty. I've tuned the world out, a goal I have achieved. Forget what people thought, I always believe. I'm stuck inside my own head, but I'd rather not leave. If you wish to make contact, leave a message after the tone. These voicemails that be clogging up my inbox, half of them I wanna tell them all to kick rocks. I stand straight in my stance socks, and you glaring hard when I'm standing at my mailbox. Let me simplify it for you, 5 words: I don't fuck with you. Cause if I did, I would answer all your calls, but most of the time I see your name and I'm trying to stall. Then I pick up the phone and try to answer last minute, but the call dropped, so I'm no longer sweating. Back to my recording with my vision losing blurriness. The text said good morning, but I'm looking like, who is this? Honestly, all I really need is honesty. Now I'm making new moves and you calling my phone and you talking about some loyalty. Like, who are you? Somebody that I used to know. Go TA, got me talking shit with no syllables. My visuals are only pointed in one direction, so I'm not reading your fucking text message. Leave me alone, I'ma call you when I feel it. I'm residing on the horizon in paradise with no reason to ever let you back in my life. My circle's getting smaller and smaller with every night, so I'ma catch you on the flip side. Sorry that this voicemail is so long, baby. Good night.